Do you want your business to clean up? Then focus on the details.
I'm Trey, I'm 14 years old, and I run Clean Crew's detailing business.
With low overhead, word-of-mouth advertising, and only one employee, himself, Trey's business is cruising in Thousand Oaks, California. In this episode of The Hustle, we'll look at how Trey found customers by going door to door and kept them by proving himself. Over time, word of mouth drew more customers, turning a soapy side hustle into slick profits.
I just woke up one day and I was just like thinking, I need money because I was gonna go hang out with my friends that day. And my mom's like, well, you should go start a summer business. And I decided to write down a list of like certain ideas. And the one that just popped out was car washing. I asked my friend if I could use his wagon, and I asked my mom if I could buy some supplies. A few days later, I started knocking on people's doors in the neighborhood and getting customers.
Prospecting is the first step of the sales process. Identifying potential customers, contacting them, and building a list or a database. You can prospect in different ways, online, over the phone, or in person like Trey. It's not easy, so don't be surprised when people say no.
I knocked on, I think, 6 doors before I got a customer.
Focusing on people who might need your product or service improves your odds. By picking a neighborhood with plenty of pricey cars, Trey's prospecting was right on target. Before long, his traditional strategy paid off.
Customers that I keep, I get their contact info and stuff, and I go regularly, either once a month or once a week, and I just do inside or outside. It's usually both, and I'll vacuum. I'll get really tight spaces too, so it's a process.
But Trey's first customer wasn't sold right off the bat. Trey had to prove himself.
And I could tell he was like, who is this kid? And so I was like, could I wash your car? And he's like, yeah, sure. You can wash the car that's in the garage. And he opened the garage, and it was like this old, it was basically rusted, 1960 Thunderbird. It was blue, and it was sick.
With plenty of suds and a lot of elbow grease, Trey showed off his skills to his new client, and Clean Crews was in business. Even better, the customers spread the word, sending more clients Trey's way.
Was that pretty consistent, that story of having to prove yourself the first couple clients?
Yeah, so I had word of mouth spread, and I didn't really have to prove myself much after that.
The neighbors started talking, saying that kid Trey, he's actually pretty good at what he says he does.
Yeah, and that's when I really started getting into the business and stuff like that.
One car at a time, Trey polished his skills. Getting hoods, wheels, and windshields to sparkle became his mission. Like any young entrepreneur, he had slip-ups.
It's really hard for my size to wash the top. I was done with the car, and I looked at the top, and it was really dirty. I was like, he won't see that. And he walked out, and the first thing he looked at was the roof, and I was like, oh, no. So he's like, oh, what's with the roof? And I was like, I can't reach the roof. And he's like, do you need a step stool? And I was like, yeah, do you have one? And he's like, yeah, you should have asked. And I was like, okay.
So it didn't happen again?
No.
All summer, Trey washed cars. When it was time for school, he had $1,500 and very happy customers. With every clean car, Trey was locking in his customer base. If you're a business, your customer base is the group of people you sell and market to. Expanding that group and turning one-time customers into recurring ones is key to growing your business.
How many customers do you have?
25 recurring customers.
And then how many have you had in total?
In total, about a little over 50.
Trey's recurring customers are a huge part of his success. A recurring customer is someone who purchases your products or services on a regular basis. Trey takes care of his recurring customers by washing their cars once a month, or even once a week. Finding new customers is difficult, so it's a smart way to maintain his customer base while soaking up the profits.
So walk me through the price breakdown of what services you offer.
So I do it by the size of the vehicle and how dirty it is. For a sedan, for the smallest type of car, I'll do 20 for the outside and then 10 for the inside. And then it goes $10 up for the size. A lot of my customers, over time, told me, you need to charge more. So
your customers were telling you?
Yeah. I was like, okay. So I raised it a little bit, and they're like, yeah, that's good.
20 recurring customers makes a busy schedule, but it's a win-win for everyone. Trey's customers get an amazing car wash when they want one, without even having to leave the house. Trey wins by getting their business.
This is a pretty impressive arsenal you have here. Do you think you could show me how you put these things to use?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
I've washed a car or two, but not like this. Detail washing is a science. It's a thorough, step-by-step process of removing dirt and blemishes from a car's exterior. It's hard work, but doing it right protects your car's look and value.
You take it, you just, circle it out. You really just want to get in the middle of it. It's all the cracks where you can't get.
Unlike most businesses, Trey doesn't advertise. When it comes to new customers, clean cars and word of mouth do most of the heavy lifting.
So then your marketing costs must be pretty low.
Yeah, I don't own any social media apps. I just set up appointments over text or call.
So why is Clean Cruise growing? When a company's image, reputation, and satisfied customers attract new ones, that's called pull marketing. If your product or service is really valuable, and if enough customers know that, word gets around. When Trey's neighbors told friends how good he was, that was enough to pull new customers into his orbit.
What differentiates your company? What makes Clean Cruise different?
It's the way that I present myself and just the way I just run the whole business in general, and just like treating customers is very important and treating them with respect. I try to have a deep connection with customers and try to talk about stuff besides cars sometimes. And so it's just really cool to make those connections.
As a one-man operation, Trey seems to be doing just fine. He's even saving for wheels of his own.
So Clean Cruise isn't hiring right now, but is it something that you see yourself expanding in the future?
Yeah, definitely. It'll be easier once I get a car to drive out and get more customers besides the one that are 4 doors down.
So what did Trey and Clean Cruise teach us today? Finding a customer base usually means prospecting. Once you've got them, turning satisfied customers into recurring ones is a smart move. Recurring customers can generate steady business, and that helps your company grow. Leaving customers highly satisfied and likely to tell their friends is one way to pull more customers out of the woodwork. In the end, you've always got to hustle. If you're like Trey, your wagon will leave the competition in the dust.
Trey, thank you so much for having me out here today, showing me what your business is all about. I'm really excited to see where you go next. I will be watching, and next time my car gets dirty, I know where to find you.
Thank you.
Thanks so much, man.
Thank you.
Sweet, dude.
Thanks so much for watching The Hustle. To make sure you don't miss out on any more videos like this, please subscribe at PragerU.com today. And if you want to learn more about business, visit PragerUkids.com to download worksheets, lesson plans, and more.